Welcome to Lane LifeTRANS headquarters. A lot of things have changed since the last time we were here. Come on in. Well, I'm here in my office now. Anybody that's seen my videos and have seen my office in Canfield over top of the funeral home out there would have known that that was all Civil War and historical stuff. Here I went to my other big interest, a definite nod to my car involvement. What I've done is just basically brought a lot of things that I actually had at home from the past and brought them here as well. And if you look around here, these are all former race cars of mine up on the top. Different types, Mustangs, BMWs, going back to about 1985 or 6. This is something that my wife and I found. A guy makes art out of old motorcycle and car parts. And I thought that was appropriate for my office. So I picked that up, thought that was pretty cool. Some actually really neat historic track time items here. And that was a company that I had started and owned with two other guys back in the early 80s. When you do the race car stuff, you get attached to things, and we used to always laugh. One of our sponsors was General Tire. These were the driving suits that they custom made for us, and they were yellow, and we looked like big bananas when we were wearing these things. And then I have one picture that was in one of the magazines that I was in at the time, and I always liked that picture because I looked like I was important. I'm like my dad. My father loved toy cars and collected cars. I did a video over at the funeral home of his ambulance collection, and I've got a collection of cars as well, and I throw them around, put some light on them, let them take up some space. Just nice to be surrounded by stuff that you enjoy and things that remind you of the things that you like to do. Last time we were here, of course, this place didn't really look anything like this. It was totally under construction. And this, of course, was the original living room of the house when it was my parents' home. What we've done is we've made it a multi-purpose room as far as it's used for training, and it's used for staff meetings and general research and everything else under the sun. Ambulance service started during the Civil War, and me being a rather intense Civil War historian, did a little research and thought I'd just get a little bit of that historic flavor here in this room. So the reason that I'm so interested is because as a young man, I found out that my family had relatives that were in the Civil War. They were in the 6th U.S. Cavalry. One of them was severely injured. That's the one that's my direct relative, but they both did survive the Civil War. And then I actually had a third one who died at Andersonville. He was captured by the South, died in the horrible prison camp down south in Andersonville. And I've always just been drawn to that part of history, and I think it's just always been in my blood, and that's why it doesn't seem to escape me. As we leave and go out of here, I'm going to show you a little area here in the front that I've got. It's a bit of a memorial, just because it has only been a little bit over a year since our previous chief passed away, Randy Pugh. And we have this little memorial set up here for Randy that sits here in the alcove where we come in. And it's just a little reminder of all the years that he spent here and what an important part he was to this company and its growth during those years. When we were here last time, again, we were under construction. And what I've got now is a finished piece. While we're here too, you'll notice there's an open door because Renee never closes her door. So I don't know why. She has a door. I don't know why we put one on here because she never closes it. Now I'm in another new spot in the headquarters office here. And these were two holes we actually cut out of a corner because, again, we needed access for the medics and the EMTs as they come in. So they didn't have to go searching for people in different rooms. So this gives them a counter to come up to. We have Abby sitting here right now. Behind me is the Supervisors Area here. This is where our shift supervisors and the individuals that are responsible for various aspects of the day-to-day operations, they work out of these two desks. And As you can see, there's nobody here right now, and that's basically because they're out on the road all the time. They're normally out running around in one of the SUVs. Now here's one thing that from the initial video and before never changed. This is my mother's bathroom. It's the sort of the Geraldine Lane Memorial break room. Still has pink carpets in it, which a lot of the medics aren't real happy with. It has beautiful flowered and bird wallpaper. And then of course, I guess, if I can get it open, if anybody ever really needs to take a bath, they can walk in. So some things just never change, they just stay the same. All right, moving on, we're gonna go to another office that we put in. And you notice this one has a door and the door is closed, unlike the other one I was talking about. And this is Chief Hartley's office. Hello. And Judy, you'll notice, has two whiteboards. Yeah, usually it's full. Usually it's got stuff all over it. But she's got two whiteboards because Judy is also the director of the education division, the Elite Training Center. So that's why she needs two whiteboards.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Lane.
Hi, Tom. Can we visit your office here?
Absolutely. There's always room for one more.
All right. All right. Well, this is the chief's office, and this was my bedroom when I was growing up. I think I said that in the last video. And you can tell that he's very busy, and he knows where everything is on this desk.
Actually, I do.
If I point to anything, he could tell me what it is. I have absolutely no doubt. Again, we had to really think about what room was going to be what when we started doing this. And basically, we changed our mind about 10 times, I think. And we felt that this probably was the best place for the chief, because if he's the top dog here, he sort of needs a place where he can have quiet, and he has a little bit of a buffer from people when they're coming in the door. They can't just walk in on him, so that was really important,
also
I think.
Also have a quick exit when I need it.
Yeah, and he can get out in a hurry because he can keep his supervisor, his chief's truck right out in the garage there, so he'll be fine. Little tidbit of Lane family history here, sort of hidden behind this flag. My parents put all my kids' heights and things on the wall here. And when we painted and changed everything, we never took it down, we never changed it. The ambulance company was really just a part of the funeral home. It was Lane Ambulance because we had Lane Funeral Home, and that's why we called it Lane Ambulance. But we really felt in the 80s, when we were progressing farther up the ability scale as far as what we could do in a pre-hospital setting as paramedics, that we needed to really differentiate ourselves from just a funeral home that runs an ambulance. We wanted to be specifically emergency medical service and have its own identity. And so we played with some names. I think we just sat around a table one day and talked, and what we came up with was Lane LifeTRANS, because we said, hey, we're trying to save lives and we're taking people, we're transporting them, so this could work.